Hi, everyone, and welcome to Heavenly Wit Monday. I am your host, Teresa Ann, and I'm so glad you're joining me on my YouTube and podcast channels. Let's talk with Teresa Ann. So I hope you are joining me with your cup of coffee or hot tea, and I want you to come on in and join me today. It's going to be very short and sweet, so thank you so much for joining me today, and this is what's coming up next on Heavenly Wit Monday. I wanted to share with you something that happened recently, and it's just to not just leave you in a moment of, oh, wow, that was a great story, but I want it to be to where now you and I think about that story to where when we get maybe hit with something like that, that we are aware. Just like Heavenly Wit, my last book that I wrote, Heavenly Wit, which is what this show is actually based on, seeing mission fields in the midst of battlefields. So here's what happened. Recently, we used our Uber Eats account to order some food. And when we ordered it, if you've noticed, if you've ever ordered from any of those apps, your bag will come sealed. So it's not even the driver who is responsible for packing the dinner or the lunch. It's actually the restaurant. We had received this meal and everything was in it except one important thing, and that was one of the meals that I had ordered. And I was just so irritated. I was like, come on, are you serious? Like it would have been one thing, if the food wasn't on the receipt, but it was, and it wasn't in the bag. And so I'm like, crap, what do we do? And I know it's so stupid to even get your to get all excited about something like that. But in the moment when you're hungry and you're hangry, nothing else makes sense. So I just realized, you know what? Let me go on the app and let me see if there's something I can do. So I went on the app. I pressed the button that said get help. And then all of a sudden it brings me to my full menu that I had just ordered. And it was very user friendly. And it said, how can we help you? And then it goes through these promptings. Well, the prompting then led me to my order. And it said, what part of your order was not in your bag? So I pressed it and immediately it credited our account. And I was like, wow, that was fast. Well, I was still hungry. So I was like, okay, so it got credited. Now I'm going to reorder. And as we reordered, it said it would be, to our porch in about 20 minutes. Right when the app said your driver is approaching in 2 minutes, I got this idea. And it was give them $20. And I'm like, oh man, that was more than what I was credited. And it's more than what my meal was. I'm just having these thoughts. And I love to give tips. I mean, I was a server, so that thing I know is huge. But I was just like, oh, really? $20? So the driver approaches, and I needed to make sure I waited because on the actual app, you can tell them to just leave it at the door. So I knew that that's what they were going to do. So as I hear a knock, I could tell that they were already running back to their car, and I'm opening it, and I'm like, sir, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to give this to you and just an extra tip. And he turns around and he's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm like, you're so welcome. And and he walks off, and as I come back in, I go, oh, that was so cool. He was so appreciative. It's so much more fun to give things to people that are appreciative, even though that shouldn't be the reason why we give. But it did help a little bit. So my daughter looks at me and she says, wouldn't that be amazing, Mom, if the meal that you were waiting for that didn't come was actually to provide just a little boost for that man that came to deliver the hamburger that you didn't get last time? And I know I'm kind of going on this story a little longer than I anticipated, but then I thought about it. In the moments that seem so inconvenient, in the moments of you should have done your job, in the moments of, again, a lack of customer service or overlooking things that should have been done, doing things with excellence. Sometimes we let all of that just stop there and we let it kind of ruin our day. End up looking at it as just the inconvenience. We miss the opportunity that God wants to show us in the middle of it all. And I was reminded that in the moments of people being rude, oh my God, that is just a pet peeve of mine. I think it's a pet peeve of all of ours, but I try to go out of my way to be kind to people. You know, it says to do to others that you would want done to you. And it's not that I'm wanting to be kind to others so that they'll be kind back to me. I just want to leave this world a better place. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, why are we not making a joint effort to do that? So I have literally gotten off my high horse, and the Lord has given me these frames of thinking of, you don't know what they're going through. You have no idea what just hit them. You have no idea what report they got. You have no idea why they see the way they see. You don't know why they have a perspective that they do. It doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it any easier to go through. But I need you to see how I see Teresa. I need you to see that every inconvenience is an opportunity for me to be seen yet again. And it's for me to show you how to pray. It's for me to show you that I have this. It's for me to show you that this is why you need to stay intimate with me, because when you're intimate with me, you're more aware of my presence than any other presence that is around you, because I want to be the narrator of your life. I want to be the author and the finisher of your faith. These ordinary moments that just seem like, again, inconvenience, it's a moment for God to be seen, not just for us to see him, but for us to display who he is in even our responses, not just to the outside world, but to even ourselves and to our families. Are we seeing that there are moments that people just need a reprieve? They need a moment of a mercy. They need a moment of mercy. And I don't know why I'm even going there today and why I even shared this silly story with you. But I believe that when we step back in on that moment of, again, inconvenience, that an unconventional moment that God wants to reveal to us about himself, he wants to bookmark in that moment. And so today, I just want to say thank you for joining me on this Heavenly Wit Monday. Remember, what this show is all about, seeing mission fields in the midst of battlefields. Thank you so much for joining me on Heavenly Wit Monday. Now, this is a call to action. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, will you please do so now? And if you benefited from the content on Heavenly Wit Monday, will you please share it with your friends, family, and even on your social media? Thank you so much. And also, if you haven't yet read or reviewed my books that I mentioned today, simply go to Amazon.com, read it, review it, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much and have a Heavenly Wit day.